Today we're going to talk about ADA compliance and how this law affects your website. The Department of Justice affirmed back in 2018 that websites must be accessible. That confirmation now definitively cleared up any confusion if the ADA law now covers web accessibility. As it now does, website owners need to know about accessibility in their website. Web accessibility is governed almost unanimously across the world by the standards created with the WCAG, which is Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. What is web accessibility? Let's take a look. Web accessibility is a set of rules, behaviors, code standards and design guidelines that are meant to allow people with disabilities to effectively use websites. Website accessibility focuses on these main areas: blindness, motor mobility, color blindness, epilepsy, blurred vision, cognitive disorders such as ADHD or dyslexia, aging, cataracts, and more. As a business or website owner, we all want to have our websites ADA compliant. Not simply because it is the law and you could face a possible lawsuit if it isn't, but to help those who need accessibility features on websites to be able to fully access them. We don't want to isolate anyone from being able to fully take part in getting knowledge from, or understanding or even navigating around on our websites. Let's go back to that first scary point for a second though. That is being the target of a possible non-compliance lawsuit. In the last few years, these types of lawsuits against businesses and website owners have increased over 200% each year. Yes, that is correct. It is a crazy and scary fact that we now face as business owners. What's even more scary is that the majority of these lawsuits are won by the plaintiff, or settled out of court, both resulting in the business having to pay a fine. The average fine for these cases is over $50,000. Wow! That will break some businesses and possibly cause them to shut down. Nobody wants this. It is also one of the main questions we got asked by our clients too. What can we do to prevent this? Or how can we ensure that we won't be targeted for one of these lawsuits? That is why we came up with our solution to make your website fully compliant with the ADA and WCAG standards. It is the ADA Compliance Success Toolkit. You see, up until now making a website accessible and compliant was very complicated. It took way too much time to handle very tedious tasks for every little piece of content on a business's website. Plus, not many people knew how to fully make each item on a website accessible, whether that be a video, or an article or even an image. That resulted in having to hire costly developers and SEO firms to go through every little detail on your website to make sure it is accessible. These were very expensive measures and ones many people chose to overlook, as they were too expensive and time-consuming. That is why we developed an AI-powered solution that makes any website compliant right away. We are Mighty N Leads, a marketing company that is solely focused on helping businesses make their websites accessible and compliant. Our AI-powered toolkit developed is the best in the industry, and it will provide every tool needed to ensure your entire website is accessible, covering all areas of focus mentioned earlier. So when this toolkit is put on a website, any and all visitors, no matter what type of disability they may have, will have the exact tool, specific for their disability, available to them. They will be able to use it to get around on the website, as well as comprehend the content on it. This is a huge game changer. What this means is the instant that this toolkit is put on your website, it will be accessible and ADA compliant. Having it will alleviate the owner from having to worry about being targeted for a lawsuit, plus it gives the business's website the necessary tools to be available for those with disabilities, whom previously would not have been able to access the website. More often than not, websites that host this accessibility technology solution get new visitors, ultimately resulting in new customers. Let me show you how it works. When the toolkit is on a website, it has the accessibility icon somewhere on the page. Usually it will be found on the bottom left or right corners of the screen and sometimes the top. The location is chosen by the website owner. The icon is now internationally known for being an accessibility icon. When pressed, it brings up the menu of tools that the user can select the necessary tool needed to give them the ability to go through the website. There are many tools here, so no matter what is needed, it is available. Let's look at some of these. The first 5 tools that can be chosen after the Wiki Dictionary search bar at the top starts with an epilepsy-safe mode. It dampens colors and removes or limits any blinking so a seizure isn't triggered. The second tool is for the visually impaired, and this mode improves the website's visuals. The third is for cognitive disabilities, and this mode helps to focus on specific content. The fourth mode is the ADHD-friendly mode. It reduces distractions and improves focus for the visitor. The last of this first set of tools is the blindness mode, which allows the site to be enabled to all types of screen readers. The next set of tools gives the user the ability to mute the site, hide images, provides a virtual keyboard, provides a reading guide, a reading mask, highlights areas such as where the cursor is hovering or a highlight focus mode. It will also give them the ability to choose a bigger cursor, in either black or white, whatever they prefer, and then it goes into the next set of tools. These tools will allow the user to change how the site appears to them, so they can make it the easiest for them to be able to read all the words on the website. This works by allowing the user to adjust the size of the font, the line height, and letter spacing. They can modify all of the text on the website to their preferred setting. Additionally, the toolkit provides a magnifier, and a basic readable font other than the font the one already used in the website design. This assistive technology is abundant with many features so no one is left out. It does so much more, all with the goal of making your website accessible. There is one last feature that I want to highlight, as it is incredible. This is the language setting. This setting has built an AI-powered translator, which allows the user to select their preferred language. If English is not it, they can select the language that best suits them from the drop-down menu, and the AI-powered technology instantly runs through the entire website and translates all the text to the language selected. It is simply amazing. The ADA Compliance Success Toolkit is packed with technology, built to instantly make your website accessible and compliant. It is an instant solution that renders your website compliant now and in the future. If you ever need to update, change, or add content to your website, it will instantly render it accessible as well. Anytime an alteration is made on your website, whatever change is made will still be adjusted appropriately when any feature is selected within the toolkit. When you get this solution, you will also get an accessibility statement and certificate. Believe it or not, but it is part of the law that an accessibility statement is posted on your website. Therefore, we will provide you with both, so you remain compliant. If you are ready to make your website accessible and compliant with this law, it's simple. Visit our website at www.mightyandleads.com/ADA compliance. Our solution for accessibility is top in the industry, and that is not even the best part. The best part is, we also have the lowest cost as well. We have priced this technology package, so every business and website can afford to get it. We want to see the entire internet accessible to everyone. All of the competitors in this space charge monthly or yearly for the life of your business. So we came up with a package where you can buy it outright, so you won't have to worry about adding another monthly payment onto your expenses. Pay only once and have your website remain compliant forever. This is what sets us apart. We wanted to provide a solution to ensure every website has the capability of, and can afford to, provide the best accessibility technology to their visitors. That solution is the ADA Compliance Success Toolkit. Again, you can get this at www.mightyandleads.com/ADA compliance. So come get it, and make your website compliant today. We look forward to seeing you there.